Riyadh Air launch is the biggest thing happening in aviation right now. It was supposed to launch in July, but they surprised everyone and brought the entire timeline forwards a few weeks with their London flight starting just a few days ago. Now I'm booked on that flagship Riyadh to London route in both economy and business elite, but since I'm in Dubai right now and they've just announced their inaugural Dubai flight starting this week, let's get a first look at the new aircraft, the cabins, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the full-length long-haul review in July. But for now, I've got my passport, let's head to Riyadh. Welcome to Riyadh. I'm here at King Khalid International Airport outside Terminal 2, where all Riyadh Air international flights depart from. This is basically a brand new terminal that underwent a massive renovation and reopened in January of this year. The domestic flights depart from T3, but I'm flying international today, so let's head inside and get out of this crazy 42-degree heat. While London was their first long-haul route and Jeddah was the first domestic one, this Dubai flight is their first regional flight. So we'll get to see what the service is like on a shorter 2-hour hop on the same 787s. And also, this will be my first time flying on an inaugural flight, so I'm quite excited to see what that's like. I hope there's some sort of special ceremony, and I hope we get the water cannon when we land. I've always wanted to see that. So let's go check in. Boarding pass. I've just checked in, I've got my boarding pass. No, not the big one unfortunately, but I do have a regular size one that I'm going to keep for memories. And since Riyadh Air market themselves as a digital first airline, I wanted to try checking in through the app, which I did last night, and it all went very smooth, just as you'd expect, so very nice. The one thing I'd add is it would be good if you could add your boarding cards to Apple Wallet or Google Wallet, but I'm sure that's something that can be added with an update. Apart from that, let's go through security. I'll see you on the other side. Behind me is the entrance to the brand new Riyadh Air Hafawa lounge. Now I don't have access today because I'm flying in economy, but make sure you hit subscribe because in July I'll be flying on the Riyadh to London Heathrow route in business elite. That's a level above business class with a bigger seat, bigger screen, and better catering. I think. Subscribe, we'll find out together. And if you can't wait until then make sure you follow me on Instagram because I'll be live posting it as I'm experiencing it. For now though, I think I'll just head to the gate and see if we can see the aircraft. If you're flying in economy and you still want to treat yourself, there's the HIAC VIP lounge in Terminal 2. You can access with Priority Pass, Dragon Pass, so I'm going to run in and check it out and then we'll head to the gate. Okay, so it turns out this HIAC VIP lounge is just a temporary setup and there's not really much on offer, it's quite small. If I was flying in economy on Riyadh Air and wanted to access a lounge, I'd walk over to Terminal 1, it's connected airside, and there's a Plaza Premium over there which is fully featured, so that's the move. There is one thing I do need to mention. Despite all this talk of a digitally native airline, I've booked 2 sets of tickets now with Riyadh Air, and both times when I've tried to pay with Apple Pay or credit card on the app, I've received API errors, so I had to pull the laptop out and redo the whole booking process on there to be able to get my tickets. Now the first time I booked was when sales went live for the very first time, so I gave them benefit of the doubt, teething problems. But the second time was a whole month later when I booked today's flight, which was just a few days ago, and I was getting the exact same errors. So this is probably something they should consider fixing pretty quickly, especially as they want you to interact with the airline through the app as a primary method. I'm boarding from gate 202B today. I'm not sure if there's some sort of special inaugural ceremony going on, so let me head over there. And while I head over there, let me tell you a bit more about how I travel so light with Ekster's Travel Pack Vacuum Kit, who have kindly sponsored this video. I've been using this Travel Pack Vacuum Kit on a few trips now, and it makes packing more things so much easier without having to bring bigger or more bags. You just stick your clothes into this compression bag, zip it shut, and then you can use the mini vacuum accessory to suck all of the air out. You can see how much smaller it makes it, and now I can pack this easily into my backpack if I'm going on a shorter trip, or I can just stick it in my suitcase and bring more stuff. And you don't have to worry about the battery running out because this vacuum is USB-C rechargeable. And for when you are on the go, the Ekster Wallet Pro has built-in RFID blocking technology, so you can protect yourself against electronic pickpockets, you can access all your cards at the push of a button, and the whole thing is wrapped in handcrafted Italian leather. If you've still not sorted out a present for Father's Day, first of all, you better hurry up. But more importantly, Ekster's running an up to 50% off sale for Father's Day until the 24th of June. And even better, if you use my discount code YAN, you'll get an additional 20% off. So scan the QR code on screen, check the link in my description, check out Ekster's products. They've got a 100-day money-back guarantee. And don't forget to use my discount code YAN for an additional 20% off. Here it is, the Riyadh Air 787-9. It's the very first one delivered with the AA registration. It's only been flying for a week, mainly on London to Riyadh, and it's just done one Jeddah flight, and now we're gonna take it to Dubai. But it looks so cool, and I love what they've done with the cockpit windows, with like the kind of eye mask with the sharp edge. Looks very cool. I always thought the A350 Zorro mask was cool, but I think this might look a bit cooler. I've just made it on board. I'm in seat 33A at the back of the plane, and this cabin looks really, really nice. I love the purple lavender color scheme. The seats look modern. Everything's fresh and clean. I mean, it's basically a brand new aircraft. So, having said that, let's have a look around the seat. The seat itself feels pretty comfortable, but this is only a 2-hour flight, so make sure you tune in for the longer Heathrow video where I tell you how it feels after a 6-7 hour flight. But the legroom is comfortable, 31 inches of seat pitch. There's a 4-way adjustable headrest, up, down, and then you can adjust the wings. And the seat recline feels good when it works, but my seat, the recline was completely broken or stuck. I couldn't get it back. Not great on a new aircraft, but I tried it out on the middle seat and the recline went all the way back. Felt really good. So maintenance team, seat 33A. When I was boarding the aircraft, I heard one of the cabin crew telling another passenger that there's a few special things lined up for this flight. I don't know what that is, but I'm looking forward to it. I think people have mostly finished boarding now, so hopefully we push back soon and we find out what that is, see what the service is like, and yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. Okay, it's time for the meal service. What do we have in front of us? Well, we've got a cheese sandwich, we've got tabbouleh salad with some sort of hummus, a dessert, I have no idea what this is, and 3 bits of pita bread. It's really nice to see that the containers are in these hard, reusable plastic containers. And the entire thing is served on this heavy-duty tray. But the best part, we have metal cutlery in economy. Really nice to see. Makes the whole experience feel very premium or just nicer. Now, time to taste the food. I'll let you know what it's like. Okay, I just finished up the meal service and I completely demolished that plate. Everything was delicious. Of course, we're just on a sub 2-hour regional flight, so it's not a full meal service like we'd expect on the long haul flight, which I'll be doing soon. Don't forget to subscribe. But everything was nice though, so big thumbs up for the meal service. Very happy with that. Hospitality from the crew has been good. You can tell people are just like warming up to the role. They're very smiley. They're being very helpful. But I'll be interested to see how the service holds up in a month when I take my next flight and see how they've settled into the role, see how the service procedures have kind of settled down. But for now, I think we should check out the toilets. Okay, it's toilet inspection time, Riyadh Air edition. Let's have a look around. To be honest, this is a pretty standard 787 Dreamliner toilet. It looks very familiar. The one thing I will say, it's really nice to see. Riyadh Air have got some branded soaps here. So that's a very nice touch, especially in the economy cabin. But, oh, and the wall here, it's got this like faux stone effect. Actually, that looks pretty cool. But apart from that, everything's pretty standard. It's clean, it's nice. I'm gonna use it now. I'll see you back at the seat. What about the amenities on this flight? Well, the main thing is this IFE touchscreen in front of us. This thing is super big, crystal clear. I think it's a 4K screen, incredibly responsive. I think it's the most responsive IFE screen I've seen on a plane yet. 3D maps very nice. Looks like there's a very decent selection of movies. I'll do a more in-depth review of the IFE system on the long-haul flight, so again, subscribe to see that. It's coming soon. And yeah, there's 2 USB charging sockets just under the thing. There's a headphone port, although you do have the ability to pair your own Bluetooth headphones, which is much preferable to whatever headphones an airline's going to give you. So I'd recommend to do that. There's no international power socket, no USB-A charging, but with 2 USB-C ports, probably fine. The question is, if they're 60 watts, can they handle charging a laptop? I'm not sure. I'll dig into that in the full-length review. Okay, let's do a quick Wi-Fi check. So we need to connect to the Sphere Wi-Fi. So we have complimentary Sphere Wi-Fi. We just hit connect. There's no login, active. All right, seems like we're connected. That was actually very easy. Now, the real question is not how easy it is to connect, but how fast the Wi-Fi is. So let's run a quick speed test. See what we're dealing with. Here we go, time for the speed test. It's not looking great. 2.6 megabits per second. That is not a great speed. I think one of the problems Riyadh Air has is they probably have signed their contract for their Wi-Fi provider years ago as they were building up the airline. I think they've gone with Viasat, but I could be wrong. And this is the old, outdated in-plane Wi-Fi technology. So now when you've got Starlink that exists, pretty much everything next to it looks kind of terrible, to be honest. It's a shame that Riyadh Air didn't go with Starlink because, like I've mentioned already, as a digital-first, internet-first airline that they talk about being, Starlink would have been the obvious choice. But like I say, I realize that these contracts are signed years in advance and they're usually locked in for quite a while. So this is a bit of a mission or a bit of bad luck, maybe bad timing, but 2.6 megabytes, not great. Alright, well, we just started our descent into Dubai. It's been a good flight. The cruise just passed through with the surprises. I think these are surprises from earlier anyway. We have a luggage tag. I'll open this in a second. And a Riyadh Air branded cupcake. So I'm digging in. Cupcake tasted pretty good, but don't expect it on your flight. This is just for the inaugural ones, unless you manage to get on one of the upcoming inaugural flights. Also, this cool luggage tag. It's got the Riyadh to Dubai drawn on it, and there's a little holder here where you can put your address details. So, nice little bit of memorabilia, especially after they ripped up my boarding card, so I couldn't keep the whole thing. But anyway. We just pulled into the gate, no water cannon. I'm so upset. I was really looking forward to that. I thought all inaugural flights got a water cannon. I thought that was like aviation tradition. We are back in Dubai. I parked my car at T3 this morning and we landed at T1, so I'm just walking over. But overall, I really enjoyed those flights, especially the novelty of flying on an inaugural flight for the first time. That was pretty cool. But I'm quite interested to see how the Riyadh Air service develops over the next few weeks when I fly them in long haul between London and Riyadh in both economy and business elite. So make sure you subscribe to see those videos and also follow me on Instagram because I'll be posting on there about the experience as well. And now, let me know in the comments what you thought of Riyadh Air. Did you like the cabins? What did you think of the service? And if there's anything you want me to investigate or cover in the upcoming videos, let me know. I'll be reading and I'll make sure to include it in the video. Right now though, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna cry because I didn't get my water cannon salute. What's going on? This is an aviation tradition. I don't know when I'll be on an inaugural flight next. I just have to pray that a captain is retiring on one of my upcoming flights. Man, I was so excited for the water cannon. Anyway, till next time.